You're listening to MAV FM, made by students for the world. You're listening to Student Music Hour. My name is Judah, and I'm here with Mason, who is my co-host, and Sylvia. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Mason. I'm the co-host.
I'm Sylvia May. I guess I'm the guest today.
Yeah.
That rhymed.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you give us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, I'm a musician here in Mankato. I grew up in Lakeville, so I only moved like an hour south. I still play around there. And I play guitar, acoustic guitar, and sing, and I gig around a little bit, but I'm mostly just in school. I'm trying to, learn everything still.
Nice. What year are you?
I'm a junior. Yeah.
You gonna graduate next year?
I could graduate next fall, but I have 2 minors, so I might not be able to. But Olson's like, you could graduate, but I probably won't, unfortunately.
What's a year away?
Yeah, but I'll be lonely because, everyone else is graduating. I'm going to be, the only one still there,
I'm graduating.
Yeah, see? No
I won't
Judah.
Yeah, he's still gonna be there.
Okay, well, then I'll have Mason. That's good.
Okay.
Well, you said you had a single for us, though, right?
I have a single that's already out.
Yeah. Well, let's hear that.
Okay. This song is called One Beer. Can I preface it a little bit?
Yeah.
I wrote it freshman year, so 2 years ago, and I don't know. It's mixed really badly because I didn't know what I was doing, but I like the lyrics. And Dessa, she's an artist that is based in Minneapolis. She came in, and I showed it to her, and she thought it was funny and clever, so I'm proud of the lyrics, I guess. So yeah, this is One Beer. Sharing one beer turns into 4 shots each. Now my liquor's gone. Start the I love you speech. Be somebody else and fool the cashier. I hate who I become, but we're just sharing one beer. Lock me away if you ever get tired. I can be many things, but I can't be a liar. Sober me told you I was over that guy. You ask why I'm crying. My drink's my alibi. I don't believe I believe in love anymore, 'cause I keep losing and I hate that kind of score. You say calm down and all I see is red. Mercy, please let me drink till I'm dead. Drink till I'm dead. Pour one more out for me, and I'll try not to lose my dignity. This is higher never. No, I've never felt this much at peace. So pour one more out for me. It's not that bad, we only drink at night, so I'm so glad it gets dark by 5. And it's not even bad, it's less than half of the week, meaning 4 of the days I don't get any sleep. Yeah, over the sink lies our heroine, with tears in her eyes as she wipes off her chin. You tell her it's probably time to go to bed, and she begs you, please, can we stay up instead? I'll try not to lose my dignity. This is higher than ever. No, I've never felt this much at peace. So pour one more out for me.
Cool.
Thanks, Judah.
Remind us of what that song was called.
That song is called One Beer, and it is on my Spotify if you want to listen to it. And in a few weeks from now, I'll also have an EP out on my Spotify.
And that's
So,
Sylvia May.
Sylvia May, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That song, I would like to talk about one lyric in it because I feel like I put a lot into my lyrics a lot of the time. And the one lyric is, I think, in the second verse. And the song is obviously about like drinking too much. And so the lyric is, over the sink lies our heroine with tears in her eyes as she wipes off her chin. I think that's, I don't know, not to toot my own horn, but I think it's a good lyric. Like, you know, obviously painting a picture. She's throwing up. Ew. But like, also like that she's a good person and she should, you know, she's like made mistakes, I think.
Right.
I think the song is, I like it. I'm proud of it.
It's a bit melancholy, but there's still some hope in there.
For sure. That's definitely how I write my songs too. I've been told at least.
I like the vibe.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, why don't you tell us a bit about how you started? You know, why'd you want to start writing music, learning guitar and stuff?
Well, ever since I was like a kid, like I liked Hannah Montana. I don't like remember watching Hannah Montana. I think I just knew she was like a rock star and I thought it was cool. And my parents have like tons of home videos of me like singing songs that I'm making up on the top of my head and just like dancing around and all this stuff. And I was always like, I'm going to be a rock star. And I guess that was the beginning. And then I'd write songs and I was taking showers and stuff like that. And then I think I learned ukulele when I was in 7th grade because I had a friend who was kind of learning and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, then I could like play a song and sing it. And then from ukulele, I started playing guitar because my dad always played guitar like my whole life. I think he started playing guitar in college. And so I was like, I'll figure this out. And I taught myself and I have tons of videos of me playing very poorly, but here we are now, and I book gigs and stuff, and I'm doing good. I think I sound pretty good.
I'd say so.
Yeah. But I guess I don't have like a thing that was like, oh, I want to make music. I just kind of always did. Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely inspired from my family, though, because my dad always played, and I have an uncle on my mom's side who played electric. He's played electric guitar. He still works in the music industry. And then I have uncles and cousins who play too. But I'm the youngest and the only girl, so I'm a little special in that way, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you said you have an EP coming out soon, probably in December, right?
Yep.
And that's kind of involved in the social media class we're taking right now.
Yeah, it is. Totally. That's like my end project for it.
Nice. Do you want to tell us a bit about how that class is going?
Yeah, that class was, the beginning of it was definitely tough. I know I'm like on the artist side and you're on the like, are you
marketing side,
manager
right.
side? Yeah. But I think the hardest part was going into that class and our professor like really drilled us on like, you need to know your brand and you have to have like this image of yourself and this idea and it needs to be cohesive. And that was like really hard to figure out. And I think like he says I'm doing good with it now, but
yeah.
I think, you know, maybe he sees something I don't, but it is still like hard to think of yourself as like a brand and an image because I'm so like I'm very honest and I'm very like authentic. And I think that is part of my brand, but it's hard to like not be your total self and like put it down to like a picture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I don't
Like-
know how I would ever do that
Yeah.
to my own stuff.
It is tough. And I would say you're definitely one of the stronger ones in the class in terms of having a brand image and stuff with like the sunflowers, and you got a color palette and the painting and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you guys see that. 'Cause I feel like behind the scenes, it's like, what are we doing? I need to record another cover, and I need Annabelle to edit it, and I don't know.
It's
But
definitely not easy.
no, it's a lot, but I've learned a lot from it for sure. And I think like I have improved so much on like how I see like content and how to make it and what I should be doing. And so it's been very helpful, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about for your career? Are you going to still just like go into being a singer-songwriter full time, or are you going to do more industry stuff, or do you know yet?
I don't really know, and I think that's okay because me and Emma Josephine, she's another artist. I'm really good friends with her. We talk about moving to Nashville like right out of college and just like doing it. And if we go broke, we go broke and move back home with the cats and the mom.
All or nothing.
Yeah, yeah. But I do really like the artist side of things and like working with the brand. Like now that I've done it, like I really like that. I like photography and I like the artsy stuff, and I think that I could do that. Like as long as I'm in the music industry, I would be happy. And I think I'll always make my own music on the side for sure.
Right.
But I don't know if I want to like make that my whole career because I do like money too.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of have to do more than one thing.
Yeah,
when you're in the
definitely.
music industry.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's a pretty healthy way to look at it.
Yeah, because I don't think I'll ever stop writing music. But the other thing about like just being a writer and a songwriter and like a musician that like gigs and like I gotta get my name out and stuff like that is you are kind of put in a box of writing stuff that people want to hear, which, okay, that sounds kind of weird, but like I like to write because it makes me happy and it helps me express like how I feel if I'm struggling or something like that.
Right. Well, one of the things I remember hearing about in class is you either write music for yourself or you write music for like your brand and your audience.
Yeah.
And the middle is death. And I think that's a little extreme. You can have a little bit of both in there,
Yeah.
but it's definitely something to consider when you're in the studio writing music.
Right. And that's the part of being a musician that I like the most is the writing the music. And I feel like when our professor is saying stuff like that and he's like, well, you gotta figure out your sound and this and that, and you have to be very specific about it. I'm like, but that takes away the one aspect that I like,
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I'll always make music for myself, and if anyone else wants to hear it, that'd be great. I mean, I think my stuff is relatable, but I guess it relates to me, so that makes sense.
Hard not to find your own music.
I feel like for all the artists that I listen to, they're all writing music for themselves. Like, I don't know if I would like to listen to somebody. Like, I guess I do, like, listen to some popular music that people, like, they make for, like, a certain targeted demographic or audience or whatever, and they're really calculated about it. But for the most part, like, all the music that I listen to is writing about themselves and their lives. And I feel like it's just, like, you can tell.
Yeah.
At least for the most part.
Yeah, I do, like, the stuff my friends listen to, I'll get in their cars and they turn on whatever they turn on, and what does this do for you? How does this, like, I like, music is such a therapy for me, and other people, it's not. And I think we're weird because we're musicians, and we, like, look at music differently.
Yeah, I guess.
But there's, and there's enough people where people would like to hear my stuff, too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a place for both kinds of music, right?
Yeah, for sure. If I'm going to a frat party, I don't want to listen to this.
Maybe.
Everyone pulls out their lighters and their flashlights.
that would be a fire hazard waiting to happen. We would all be dead.
Okay. Do you have any more demos or anything we could play?
Yeah, I have this. I don't know if I'll ever release it, so this might be just a one-time thing.
An
but-
exclusive, limited time, exclusive.
Yeah. I guess it's called Not to Adore You. It's like very short song, but I'll play it for you guys.
Now I daydream about you and write stuff about you. What it'd be like if I never had met you, and all that we've been through wouldn't have been through. How nice it would be not to adore you. Oh, but I still do. Young, dumb, but still new. It couldn't have ended anyway, but I'll miss you. Now I sit so blue, my fingers turn so blue. How nice it would be not to adore you. They say it takes two. I thought that it was true. It'd be so much better if I never had met you. Look for the glass shoe, but it only fits you. How I would just love not to adore you.
Hello, you are listening to MAV FM, made by students for the world. This is Student Music Hour, and you just heard a song by Sylvia May, who we have right here with us.
Hello. Yeah, that was called Not to Adore You. It was just a little demo I made.
Nice.
So how do you usually record all your stuff? Is it like in the studios, or do you do it at home? Or
Well, I should be going to the studio, but I do have my little Scarlett interface and a tiny closet that I mostly do my recording, but it doesn't sound the best. So I should definitely spend more time in the studio.
well, people underrate that little Scarlett interface.
Yeah, I like the Scarlett. I just told somebody who was asking me about equipment, I was like, get this because it's cheap and it'll be good.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong.
No.
it's as good as like $1,000 interfaces that I've bought, or not bought, but like I've had.
Yeah, I mean, Stan will probably tell you the opposite, but
Stan is
Yeah.
he's telling us to buy like $1,000 microphones, $2,000 microphones in class the other day. So
Shout out to Stan Summy.
yeah. I sent him an email yesterday with a picture of a cat, and he's like, don't register the cat for my class. He hates cats.
You gotta bring it someday to class.
He would freak out, but I should.
Like in like one of those, those backpacks.
I
that
have it.
like
I have it. No, not. I don't have
everything on the
like-
back, and you can see the cat, the cat backpacks.
the ones with like the dome.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You gotta
I think-
bring it to class. Like,
He would make me leave. He would be like, turn around and take that thing home.
Whenever I see one of those, I think of the music video for Lock It by Crumb.
I don't
If
know.
you've seen
I
that
have
one.
no idea what that is.
Oh, never mind. Well, if any of you out there
Yeah, if
know,
the radio listeners know what that is.
listen to Crumb. They're a cool band.
So when you're sitting down to write, like, how do you just like do it improvisationally, or do you journal, or what do you do? Because some people like they journal and they write and they take their songs out of what they write down. But I don't know if I could like do that. I don't know how to draw conclusions like that. So how do you write your songs?
I have like a long list in my notes app of just like random observations or like little rhymes that I think of randomly. And sometimes I take from that. Most of them I haven't used. But when I write, I guess I'm just like, ooh, I want to write a song. Like I get in the mood for it. And it's normally like nighttime. I feel like I always write at night. And I just go sit on my floor, gather my songbook and a pencil and my rhyme cheater book, my guitar, capo, I just start messing with chords. I don't, that's kind of it. I just mess with chords and then I come up with stuff. And if it flows, it flows. And if I get stuck, I quit.
It's very organic.
Yeah, I don't really journal or anything like that.
Yeah, there's people who have like these big like songwriting processes, and like I respect that if you can do it, but I don't think you have to. Like I think some of the best songs ever are just like, this thing happened to me, and here's what I feel about it.
Yeah,
And that's just like,
Yeah.
definitely how I write.
and that's just like you can get way more like emotional stuff out of that than like a carefully constructed, like sure it like could be like genius, but like I would rather have the emotion at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I write my best songs when I am crippled by depression and like, I when you're happy, I can't write. I can't write when I'm happy. This doesn't work.
Well, you don't get as strong emotions, you know?
No, yeah, and that's like I said, my writing comes from my emotions,
Right.
very much so. Yeah,
I think that's a good place for it to come from because music, at the end of the day, is about emotion and evoking that
Right.
emotion in other people and yourself.
yeah. I mean, the song I wrote, Beige, which Judah is helping me arrange and we'll record, and it'll come out later next year, probably, hopefully. That's one that I get the best response from when I play it at gigs.
Yeah.
And that song I wrote, like, that song was rough when I wrote it. And, like, our professor is telling me, oh, you need to perform this song. You need to perform it with emotion. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get my emotions under control, and you want me to, like, go to this dark place. And so I have to tap into that when I perform it. But, yeah, that song was probably the most emotional I've ever written. But I
think
love it.
It's one of the best ones I've heard
Yeah.
from you, I think. I really like that one. And if you were at Can Jam a couple weeks ago, it hasn't happened yet for us, but you'd be performing that, right?
Yeah, and Judah will be playing guitar with me, and he's amazing at that. So I'm lucky to have him in my group.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you thought if you were there.
Yeah, for sure. I hope you liked it.
And I'll be performing too, but that's yeah.
We'll all be performing. It'll be awesome.
We should talk about your EP probably, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, so my EP is just going to be 4 songs, and they're all songs that I wrote in, like, high school. So they're kind of, like, old to me, but to everyone else, I guess they'll be new, which is fun. They're all kind of about change and growing up, which was, like, I had this group of friends in high school that are just, I love them so much, and I don't know if I'll ever have a group of friends as, like, strong as them. And so it was really hard for me to transition and leave high school and come to college because we all split up and it was horrible. But one song that all the songs are kind of just about, like, one of them is called Jean Jacket, and it was about just, like, COVID and how, like, close I got with these friends and just kind of about the time of COVID and what I was doing. But something about it feels so, like, real and emotional to me. I don't know if anyone else will have that reaction, but I think it's worth a listen. There's another song on there called Wendy, which is specifically about, like, one friend leaving for college and, like, well, what am I going to do when you're gone, you know? The other 2 are, well, one's kind of like a breakup song about my first boyfriend, which, whatever, you can listen to it. That one's called One Glass. And then the 4th song is called The Bugs, which is one that I've played the other ones for people before, but The Bugs is one that I haven't really played around very much because it's about depression and kind of watching your close friend go through depression and being like, oh, how can I help you? And then kind of realizing you're going through the same thing. And that one's pretty emotional too. And that one I'm excited to put out because a lot of people have not heard that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of relatable stuff. for
Well, that's
college
good then.
students,
That's
and
good.
I'll definitely have to give it a listen when it comes out.
Yeah, it'll be like acoustic guitar and me singing, so very, very, like, demo-like and acoustic-like, but
Stripped down.
yeah. But
Nice.
that's what I can manage right now, and I think that energy fits the songs. So I'm excited for it. And I've been posting about it on my Instagram. I've been doing paintings for each song and posting me doing the paintings and talking more in depth about what each song is about. So if you want to look at that, you can always follow me on Instagram at sylviamay.music. Yeah.
Yeah, plug your stuff.
Yeah, sylviamay.music on everything. TikTok,
Everything?
TikTok, Instagram. What else would it be?
YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah. I guess I don't have Facebook.
Telegram.
Those are the main ones. But yeah, you can find me on there, and Spotify is just Sylvia May.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that drop. And excited for Beige after it.
Do you want to play us another one of your demos? A little clip?
Yeah, this is another song that Judah's kind of helping me arrange. I don't really have a name for it yet. It's just called Minor Key Song because it's in A minor. But this is just a clip of the end.
I won't fall in love, and I won't fall in love. No, I won't fall in love, and I won't fall in love. No, I'm not strong enough. No, I won't fall in love. I won't fall in love. No, I won't fall in love. No, I won't fall in love. But I won't fall in love 'cause I'm not strong enough. No, I won't fall in love.
Okay, so that's that one. Maybe I'll call it Won't Fall in Love. That could be an easy title for it. But
Yeah, I really like that song.
yeah, and the way, well, I don't want to spoil too much about how we're going to record it, I guess.
Yeah, stay tuned though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. So why don't you tell us a bit about your influences? You know, who do you like to listen to? Who do you kind of draw inspiration from when you're writing music?
I think my big inspiration, I guess, for like writing and wanting to go into music more seriously is kind of weird. So hear me out. Like I write these songs with my little acoustic guitar, you know. But I really like My Chemical Romance, which is like a rock emo band. And when I was in high school, I loved them. I was like, you know, I was a little emo. I listened to Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy and 21 Pilots. And I feel like they were my biggest inspirations because, I mean, musically, very different. But especially maybe 21 Pilots, like their lyrics can be pretty emotional and hit like hard topics. And I feel like I drew a lot of inspiration from that. So I think that kind of shaped how I write a lot.
I can see that.
Yeah. But
That actually makes a lot of sense to me. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like it does remind me of Trench, like their album. You know what I mean?
yeah, I went to that concert.
Yeah.
That wasn't my first concert, but I went to that one and cried the whole time, you know.
As you do.
It was pretty awesome. But what I listen to now is not that. I would rarely listen to them unless I'm in that, you know, nostalgic mood, I guess. And actually, I do listen to MCR a lot if I'm nervous for like a gig. They calm me down, and I used to listen to MCR before every like track meet because it would like calm my nerves. I don't know how because the music is like crazy, but it calms me down. It's the weirdest thing. But now I listen to like I love the Lumineers. I listen to Alanis Morissette. I love her songs. I listen to like a lot of random things, I feel like. Like my music taste is, I wouldn't say it's like normal because I swear I would play songs and people are like, what is this? And I'm like, this is awesome. And they don't care. But it's like Lumineers, Zach Bryan a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm on the spot. I can't think of it.
Yeah. Just like look at your Spotify or whatever recent played.
Well, lately I've been listening to a lot of Billie Eilish because I'm going to her concert on Monday because my sister invited me to go with her. And I haven't listened to Billie Eilish in so long. I hadn't even heard her new album, which maybe I'm bad for that, but I listened to it like front to back yesterday. I'm like, this just isn't as good as her first albums, but I actually listened to her first albums. I like Gregory Alan Isakov, who he like opened for the Lumineers. Do you listen to him, Judah? You would like it.
I think I've heard of who that is.
He's came up in class a few times.
Yeah, I talk about him because he's good. He plays that Big Black Car. You were a phonograph, I was a kid. Do you know that one? Judah, you should know it.
I don't know that song. Sorry, Gregory, if you're listening, I guess. Or fans of Gregory.
I hope Gregory's listening.
I'm sure he's tuning in.
Hi, Gregory. How are you doing?
I'm not like a huge fan. Oh, I like Noah Khan a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably make sense. I'm not like some girls like are in love with Harry Styles. I'm not like in love with him, but I think his music is really good. What else do I listen to?
Were you a One Direction fan?
No, I'm not. But a lot of my friends were, so I had to listen to a lot of One Direction. I'm very nice to my friends. They put me through a lot.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah, I like some like weird rock. I guess it's not weird. I like the Foo Fighters a lot. We were just talking about earlier, like where we are in
Siblings.
everyone's family. Judah's the third of 4.
Yes.
Mason's the oldest. I'm the oldest. He said that was. Judah was like, that makes sense. I guess.
It does make sense.
Well, thank you. I feel like that's a compliment. Oh,
Is it not?
Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
oh wow. Judah has some beef with me, I guess.
Just older siblings in general.
It's just a middle child speaking with 2 older childs in the
Yeah.
room.
Judah, I
Oldest.
don't think you give like middle child energy though.
No,
No, not at all.
really.
When I think middle child, I think of my brother who was like so extra and like hear me kind of,
Yeah.
in a good way. Like I love him and he's great, but he's definitely like the loudest out of the 3 of us, I think, if that makes sense.
And I think that's funny because middle children are always like, no one pays attention to me.
Right.
I'm like, dude, everyone is.
That
about
is the
you.
most oldest child thing I've ever heard in my life.
What?
Yes.
Judah, we're gonna fight right now.
No. We'll be fine.
Forgive, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I have 2 youngest siblings. It's kind of weird.
2 youngest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 3, and I have 2 younger sisters, but my youngest sister is 10 years younger than me. So my middle sister, she was the youngest child for 8 years. Like that, that's how she developed. She developed as a youngest, and then we have the other youngest, and they're both just, it's tough being the oldest of 2
Right.
youngest children.
You got to constantly stop their bickering.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I feel it.
I love them so much, though. I just saw them last night because we found these kittens. Did you guys hear about this?
I did hear about that.
I didn't.
Yeah, we found these kittens. Me and my boyfriend found these kittens like outside, like abandoned, and they were like skinny and under this car. And we took them in, and they were the sweetest things ever. And my family loves cats. We already have 1 cat, but my little sister has been wanting a kitten for a while. So my parents caved, and they were like, okay, we'll take them. And she's so happy. So I saw them last night and dropped off the kittens. They were so cute. I was sad to drop them off, but she's so much happier than me,
Yeah. My sister and dad are both very allergic, so I don't think I'll ever own a cat. But
That sucks.
I have a cat. She's a shelter cat. We got her in 2020.
Yeah.
so you are hiding one in your bedroom.
No, it's at home. It's back in Hutchinson right now. It's like a picture. Our radio audience is not going to be able to picture this cat.
Oh, I'll show you a
So-
picture of my cat.
So just picture like a gray cat that's also white.
Let me see.
Those are the cat breeds, right? Gray, orange.
Yeah, that's cute. I love it.
Yeah, she's on a diet right now.
These were the kittens.
She's really mad.
One of them was really fluffy, and one of them was.
Oh, those are like
but
the
they were
cutest
so-
kittens ever.
Oh, and they have these big blue eyes.
You're missing out on some good cat pics.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then my cat that I own at my apartment, she's like a black cat, and she's 10 years old. I adopted her 4 months ago, and she's the sweetest thing. Her name is Missy, and I love her so much.
I love the Waldo costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea how old our cat is. Because when we got her, they said she's either 3 or she's either 6.
That's
a big range.
difference.
So now she's either 7 or 10.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
How does she act? Does she act like a 7-year-old cat or a 10-year-old cat?
I have
Hey.
no idea.
My 10-year-old cat acts like a kitten. She loves to play. It's insane. She will jump around, and she's 10. You'd think she'd be chill, but she's not.
Right.
So it's hard to tell.
That's how our dog is.
Yeah.
She's getting up there in age, but she's still as
Agile.
paranoid as ever. She's a little, scared of people coming up to the door
Aw.
and stuff, but
That's too bad. I wanted a dog, but I've never had a dog, so I was like, I'll get a cat. That seems easier. But yeah, I don't. If I'm a cat person or a dog person, I can't decide. But I've only had cats, so I feel like I have to say I'm a cat person.
Right.
But I would get a dog as soon as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's kind of off topic.
That's fine.
On topic, my cat loves to hear me play guitar whenever I practice. She comes and sits by me. She's so sweet.
Number one fan?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Too bad I can't bring her to any gigs. She would freak out.
You got to bring the backpack
Yeah.
with the cat in it.
Yeah.
You know that backpack with the dome on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah. Bring her to the
Yeah.
gig.
Judah, if you get me a backpack like that, I'll bring her to class. I'll bring her to the gigs. I'll bring her to Can Jam.
I'm gonna look up how expensive those are.
You could get one off Temu, probably.
Do you want to put your cat in a backpack off Temu?
I don't know.
I could get one for like $40.
She would be okay.
It's not bad.
Do not spend $40 on that though. I have a carrier for her, just as I have the bubble thing.
$8 on Temu.
$8? That's crazy.
It's like a cat carrier though. Like it doesn't have the like glass thing.
Oh, well, I already have one of those.
Well, bring that one.
Okay. I don't think Stan would like that though.
Yeah, that'd be a little hard to contain like the allergy stuff if somebody's like allergic.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that.
But if you had the backpack, then I think it'd be okay.
I just think she's so cute. Like, whatever, you'll get a few sniffles, worth it. I don't know, but I'm biased. Another thing I could talk about music related is I am in the Women in Music Industry Club that we just
Oh, yeah.
started. Yeah.
You guys have a performance coming up, which
Yeah.
will be in the
It'll
past.
be over, yeah. It's next week. It's Wednesday, the November 13th. Yeah. So it's over, and it went very well, probably.
In the CSU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have more performances, but it's fun to work with women in this program because it is male dominated. No offense, guys. And it's nice to, have that like space with other girls.
Yeah.
And we have people on the business side of things and people on more of the creative side, and everyone gets along really well, and it's a good vibe when we hang out or
Yeah.
have our meetings or whatever. Feels like we're just hanging out.
And if you caught Shelby's episode, that was the first episode we did, actually. She's also in that club.
Yes, she is. Yeah, Shelby's in that club. Juliana is the vice president, or she's the president. I'm the songwriting vice president. We have two vice presidents, I guess. But if you want to know more about it, you can email Jules or find us on Instagram. I think it's like MNSU_WIMI Club, which is WIMI.
Women in Music Industry.
Yes.
And you have a
cute.
poster up.
Yeah, there's
around.
posters everywhere for sure. In Armstrong, there's definitely some in the music building, like any hallway you probably walk down. That has more information about it. Yeah.
Well, if you're a woman and you're making music, definitely hit them up.
Yeah, we would love to have you.
All right.
Well, we should probably wrap up here pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
You're listening to MAV FM. You were just listening to Student Music Hour, hosted by me, Judah, also Mason.
Hello.
This week we had Sylvia May. You can find her wherever. Sylvia May. What's your at?
SylviaMay.music.
Sylvia May.
Or is it
Music.
Sylvia.maymusic?
There's a dot in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Just look up Sylvia May and you'll probably find her.
Yeah.
And she will have an EP out soon. What's the EP going to be called?
I guess we don't have a title for it yet.
Untitled.
Think of one right now.
Man,
On the spot. You got
don't
10
know.
seconds.
don't make me do this. you could.
Yeah, you'll find it if just find Sylvia May and you'll
It
find
is Sylvia.maymusic. My bad.
Sylvia.May Music.
Yes.
That'll be on Spotify and I'm assuming other streaming platforms.
Yes. In the beginning of December.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excited to hear it.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later.